Who's
This
next?
team,
Houston? Is it Houston?
this team is
Houston?
not Houston.
Houston.
This team is one of our scarves.
It's mine
Why is it yours?
because I don't remember what your scarf is.
This, this.
Inter Miami. Because we talked about them already.
When did we talk about them?
Last episode.
Oh, some of our listeners may be confused too. If they need to listen to Inter Miami, they should go listen to last episode.
They should. But then come back to this one.
Of course, or finish this one. Watch the other one later. Go on YouTube, check out the clips. Do whatever you want. Just make sure you let us know you stop by.
No, don't do whatever you want. You listen to both. That's
Connor's mean cop. I'm
that's
good
not a
cop. Connor's
suggestion.
bad.
That's a demand.
CF Montreal, Ismael Kone, Victor Wanyama, Samuel Piet, Romel Kyoto, Joaquin Torres, Joel Waterman, Gabby Corbo, Zorhan Basong, Bjorn Johnson, James Pantemis, Sebastian Breza, Rita Zuhir, Kai Kamara, Logan Ketterer, Keyshawn, I forgot an E in there, Keyshawn Fernandez, and Jogia Quizura. Man, I got an easy group. I remember when we did this last year, you had every like Canadian name in the book or French Canadian name in the book, and you struggled.
Of course it was a struggle. Come on. I feel like
Um,
I feel like Montreal flips their entire team every single year, and we gotta like read all their names.
so Ismail Kone, I have as a yes because I believe he's getting sold at some point. Had that bid from Norwich at mid-season transfer window. They obviously chose not to, so they can get to the playoffs with him. Great decision. Victor Wanyama has already said he's not coming back, so that's an easy one. Samuel Piet, I think you bring him back. The leadership qualities alone, I think he's coming back. Um, Especially with Wanyama not being there, I think there's a spot to fill. And if they can't find somebody right away, sorry, let me back up. With Kone and Wanyama not being there, um, there'll be spots to fill. And if they don't find people to do it, that's a spot for him. Oh, and that Jordy Mihailovic guy won't be there either. So lots of midfield turnover in Montreal next year.
Yeah, this team has a lot of turnover coming.
Yep, Romel Kyoto obviously needs to come back. A great player who was in the Golden Boot race for a long time, from what I remember. 15 goals on the season. He's got to come back. I've got Joaquin Torres coming back. I think he might not have had the greatest year in terms of numbers, but again, with the amount of turnover that there's going to be, you're going to want somebody who can be a difference maker, a playmaker, and really that's his role. And he may not have done it yet, but you got to give him a chance to do it now without the Jordy Mihailovic is there to do it for him. Joel Waterman comes back. He had a tough start to the season, which we've pointed out, but he settled himself in pretty well and slid into that spot nicely. 3 goals, 2 assists, 31 appearances. Um, top 15 player for them, especially with the next option, Gabby Corbo. I don't think he's coming back. He was on loan. He didn't make a lot of appearances. I'm thinking he goes straight back to Bologna. Zorhan Basong, I don't believe he's coming back. 10 appearances, 9 of them substitute. Young player, I think somebody picks him up. Maybe the Canadian Championship maybe picks him up and gives him some time. Bjorn Johnson, I don't think comes back. He really didn't get going. He was hurt for most of the year, but even the year beforehand, I don't think he got a lot going, so I don't think he comes back. Pantemis, I think, is another one where he's going to come back because Breza is not coming back, and you need somebody there. Um, Spoilers, Breza on loan. I don't think he's coming back this year. I think he's going to go and stay in Italy. Rita Zuhir, 5 appearances, 18 years old. I don't have him coming back, but I wouldn't be shocked if they send him right to the MLS Next League. Kai Kamara was a tough one, man, because I feel like that's a move that they would make is just bring Kai Kamara back for year 38 and let him score 4, 5, 6, 7 headed goals and just call it a career. But I'm going to say he doesn't come back. I think they go and try and use the money from Jordy and Kone and all those sales that they're about to make and get somebody um, that they can build around for the future. Logan Ketterer, I think, will come back as the backup because the other two, or because Brez is not going to be here. Keyshawn Ferdinand didn't do enough for me in MLS next, so I said he does not come back. And then Jogia Quizera for me, and if I think this might be the guy I was thinking of. 8 appearances in MLS, 1 assist, and 2 appearances in the Canadian Championship. Clearly, there's a future for there somewhere, and again, as a central midfielder with not a lot of returners in that spot. I think that they keep him around just for a little bit of familiarity.
So I don't think I have too many that are different than you. Actually, a few at the end, it looks like.
Yeah.
Uh, so I said Zouir comes back, considering he's 18 and made 5 appearances with the team this year. I don't think he will have like much of an increased role in the team. I think it might be a situation where they bring him back and send him to MLS next. But I think at 18, considering he's getting game time at all, is a good sign that they have plans for him. Then I said for Kai Kamara, I feel like if he wants to come back, he's coming back for another year. But I think if he is done or he wants to leave, I don't think Montreal is going to fight too hard to let that happen. But I mean, the guy had 9 goals, 7 assists this season. I mean, that's phenomenal if you get that off a bench player. I'd bring him back 100%. I don't care if he's 38. So then Ketterer, I said no, but I do recognize that I also have Brazen not coming back. I think Pantemis has the starting role. I feel like they find somebody else at backup goalkeeper. I don't know if they go Ketterer there. Then I said they bring back Ferdinand. He's 19. I figure they still have plenty of time to use him. They could send him to MLS next. I think he's young enough that they bring him back. And Quizera, I said no for Quizera, considering he was 23 and not really getting too much game time anymore. But I mean, I think you make a fair point in that there's a lot of turnover in that midfield, and they could keep him around for the familiarity. But I'll still stick with no for now.
I'm glad you just listened to me and just like, yeah, you're always right. That's what I really like to hear.
I did not say you were always right, and you
That
didn't convince me enough. I
well,
still
here's the
stuck with my
thing.
answer.
Here's the thing. That's what I heard, and that is, perception, and perception is reality for those of you
Well, that's your
who are,
agenda, and
you know,
you have all rights to your agenda.